In 2015, Jurassic World stomped its way all over the box office, and it made all sorts of records. A sequel was guaranteed to happen. Between 2015 and 2018, my hype for the film grew a lot. I was excited to have the experience I had with Jurassic World all over again. Once 2018 hit, the hype went through the roof. A new video game was on the way, and Mattel's amazing line of dinosaurs was about to hit shelves. The release date of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom was nearing, but I was worried I would miss it because I would be digging up a brachiosaur during its release. Then, my dig team went to actually see the film. What did I think of it? Well, I didn't really know. I definitely liked the film, but it wasn't what I thought it would be. I anticipated the exact feeling of elation I had seeing the first Jurassic World. That wasn't quite possible since I had waited for that film for a very long time. The trailers also built up dinosaurs being on the mainland, and of course Ian Malcolm. The dinosaurs didn't break out until the end, and Ian Malcolm was barely in it at all. This is the reason I haven't made the video yet. I didn't know exactly what to think of the movie. Now that time has passed, and I've seen the movie 8 times, I know exactly what I think of it. I love it! I feel as though it has new things to offer compared to the other Jurassic films. So, let's get started. First off, I would like to rip the band-aid off and cover the negatives of the film first. It's definitely flawed. I feel like the biggest problem this movie has would have to be the two-dimensional characters. Franklin and Zia were either there to further the plot or add some laughs. I did laugh pretty hard at some of their moments, but I'm not sure if some of them were meant to be funny. The secondary villains like Ken Wheatley and Gunnar Eversole seem too amusing to me. I'm not really sure if they were meant to be comical. It seems as though they were supposed to be parodies of American mindsets and certain politicians. Also, for a dinosaur heavily hyped to be finally featured in a Jurassic movie since its reference in the original Jurassic Park brochure, the Baryonyx design is pretty lackluster. It's basically just Dino Croc. I did love the other dinosaur designs, however, mainly the Carnotaurus and Allosaurus. Another big gripe I have with this movie is how much was left out. There's 30 whole minutes of deleted scenes. They cut out the long-awaited on-screen return of the Dilophosaurus, and several scenes building up the Indoraptor as a villain. The Indoraptor was just kind of shoved on screen. It would be good to include scenes teasing how dangerous it is, mainly the scene discussing how it killed someone who walked in its cage to change a light bulb while the dinosaur plays with a dead man's skull. The big one was built up throughout most of the original Jurassic Park, which made her entrance in the third act of the original film that much more terrifying. There also aren't that many unearned deaths in this film. Usually the bad guys are the only ones who bought it. There was yet another deleted scene where an innocent character, Iris, got eaten by the Indoraptor. Having your movie's monster kill innocent people makes it a lot scarier. It makes it feel like the protagonists aren't guaranteed safety. The plot armor in this movie is very evident and hard to avoid. I will say, both the animatronics and the CGI from Fallen Kingdom are fantastic. I can honestly barely tell the difference between the two. Although, I don't really like how the animatronics are used only for incapacitated dinosaurs. I wish that they would go to the old formula of practical effects for close-ups and CG for wide shots. I do know, though, how hard Colin Trevorrow worked to get these into the movie at all, though, so I really appreciate the work done here. Aside from all that, I do like a lot about this movie. Like I said before, I think that this particular installment in the franchise is unique compared to the others. The absolute best thing this film has is J.A. Bayona's directing. The cinematography is put together masterfully, and when there's suspense in the movie, its presence can be felt greatly. The opening sequence alone is a perfect example of this. The beginning of Fallen Kingdom is easily the best intro out of the entire franchise. It honestly feels like it was ripped straight out of the first movie. And the ending with the Indoraptor running around the Dark Mansion was a new aesthetic for the series, which I welcome with open arms. I honestly think that you can only stay on an island for a certain amount of time. I mean, this was the 5th film, and we got off the island for a significant amount of time. Fallen Kingdom also has some visual poetry that I really liked. The ending of Jurassic World with Blue running freely is seen in the ending with this movie, except instead of refusing Blue, Owen tries to have her come with him, and she refuses. The absolute best poetry in this movie has to easily be the death of the Brachiosaurus. This is without a doubt the best scene in this movie, and the most iconic image from the franchise since the When Dinosaurs Ruled the Earth banner fell. The Brachiosaur was the first dinosaur that welcomed you to Jurassic Park, and also the one that would wave you goodbye. It's very heavy, and I'm pretty sure it's sad enough to make your grumpy uncle cry. I also thought the Indoraptor was utilized well for Fallen Kingdom. Rather than being a methodical and curious killer like the Indominus Rex, it was instead psychotic and came across as broken with the way that it was always twitching and screeching. I thought its design was really cool as well. One thing that everyone complains about that I actually found very interesting was the philosophical angle of the film. During the beginning, Ian Malcolm states in front of a court that we should not save the dinosaurs from Isla Nublar, as nature intended for them to die originally. This is the moral discussed throughout most of the series. The rest of the movie, however, shows the views of those who want to save them. We finally get to sympathize with the dinosaurs, which I feel is necessary as they did not ask to be born. Why should we let them die? This actually sparked debate between fans and was actually integrated into the viral campaign with the Dinosaur Protection Group and Extinction Now social media pages. Since Jurassic World, I believe that Owen and Claire went through a good amount of character development in Fallen Kingdom. Claire in Jurassic World was definitely more fleshed out than Owen, and that can still be felt here a little bit. Claire went from viewing the dinosaurs as assets in the first film to actual animals, and in Fallen Kingdom she wants to redeem herself as ultimately her tendencies led to the creation and escape of the Indominus Rex. Fallen Kingdom also delves into how Owen is the typical male action hero. He tries to keep his emotions down. He is challenged when he is forced to face how the last of the raptors he raised, Blue, will die due to the volcano. The way the movie handles this is very well done. Owen taking responsibility for Wu and company, weaponizing the dinosaurs through his research, added more depth to his character than before as well. The relationship between Owen and Blue, in my opinion, delves further into how the dinosaurs are animals, not monsters. Blue is depicted as a creature with emotion rather than a bloodthirsty monster like the Jurassic movies usually show raptors. The sequence of the gang surgically removing a bullet from Blue intertwined with Maisie watching Owen's tapes with the baby raptors was wonderfully orchestrated. Maisie is also a pretty good character. I think she's the best written kid out of all of the movies. The twist of her being a clone makes perfect sense, as it follows the theme of how many new scientific endeavors are done just because they can, but not because they should. The way she deals with that shocking reveal gives more depth to the movie as well. Now, the main human antagonist of Fallen Kingdom, Eli Mills, I personally think is the best out of the whole franchise. The reason I like him so much is because of how self-aware he is of what he's doing, and he doesn't really care. That feature about him separates him from the other money-hungry bad guys in the anthology. Plus, his death is badass.
Oh, these are pretty cool bananas.
Overall, I have a lot of fun watching this movie whenever I decide to pop it in, and I think it makes a great installment of the Jurassic anthology. I give this film a B+. What did you guys think of the movie? Make sure to let me know in the comments, and remember, evolve or go extinct.